my friends are away and I'm on my own.
Hi guys, I'm here with another video on the Fluval Evo 13.5. So today I'm going to do a feeding video. So I'm going to show you what I'm feeding and how I'm feeding it, because I've come up with a really efficient feeding method for the fish, and I will show you what I'm feeding. So yeah, let's just jump right in because I don't want this video being like super long. So I've got the food here. Well, I've actually got loads of different. Well, I've got 3 different foods here, but I only feed one of them. So here, I'll actually put the camera in a bit closer. Okay, so here we have, these are all like the same kind of brands. So we have New Life Spectrum, this is the probiotics version. This is currently what I'm using. I've been using this for months, well, about 2-3 months now. And it's really working out. There's nothing in it because I keep it in this pot. It's just easier to open and close this lid. So I just keep it in that pot. But there's other ones you can get. There's this New Life Spectrum. I think this was the first one that came out. It's just the standard Spectrum pellet. So it's basically, I'll just get one out. Just basically, you get like billions, well trillions of these tiny little balls. You can get different sizes. This is the smallest one. It's pretty much sand. Anyways, yeah, it's really small little balls. And in each of these balls is... you've got a few different types of meat in it. So you've got some brine, and you've got, I'm not 100% what's in it, but I'm sure there's quite a bit of meat in there. And then I think it's like 70% of the pellets are actually vitamins and minerals for the fish, which is super healthy. They've got about 5 or 6 different types of seaweeds in them. So it's got loads of, you name it, it's got it in it. So it's even just one pellet alone is a big variety. You get loads of different stuff. And once a week, well, once every 5 days or so, I'll put in like probably a big cube of brine shrimp in there, just for a little extra meat, a little bit of a treat for the fish. And this Australian Duncan coral I got up there, that needs to eat some brine shrimp. Keeps it nice and healthy, and the colours all up. So I'm gonna start feeding that now. So if we angle the camera up, so what I do first is I've got all my light switches here. I'll just turn that off. So you've got P600, that's my main pump, so we'll switch that off. And this one here is my wave machine, so the lights should go off. Yep. So as soon as all the flow goes off, the fish start coming out a bit because they know it's feeding time every time the flow goes off. So this is the probiotics one. I just keep it in a different pot because this lid's easier to open and close. So what I do, I don't put any under the water. I just kind of sprinkle it. Kind of just look at the front of the tank here. There we go. So there's loads of pellets at the top there. It may look like a lot, but believe it or not, they do eat that whole. And there we go. You can see the fish. They might shoot away in a minute. I don't know with the camera. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit so you can see. So they eat from the surface. I don't put any pellets below the waterline. What I used to, and they used to eat below the waterline. But then some of the pellets don't get eaten, and then they kind of break down into like nitrates and all that. Not that I really need to worry about nitrates, considering it's only Softly's tank, but I have got 1 LPS in there, but that'll be alright. So yeah, it takes them about 10 minutes for them to eat all that. It does take quite a while, but I just try not to rush it with feeding. So I do this twice a day, once when I get back from school, which was 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then I'll do it again at about in between 7:30 and 8:30 in the afternoon. So it's 2 feeding times in the afternoon. I can't really do it in the morning because the light isn't on and I'm at school during like the middle portion of the day. So well, twice a day, twice in the afternoon is perfect for them. They're not starving, it's more than enough. And they get in Spectrum as well, so it's a big variety there. But well, those different types of meats and seaweeds and all that stuff. So I actually never see any waste in the tank. I don't see the fish poo like at all. I don't think I've ever seen them poo actually, because it's this probiotics version that doesn't, it kind of reduces waste somehow. I have no idea how they do it, but this is, trust me, this is the best food you can get, and it's the only food you will need to buy. So I see people feeding, oh, you should, I get a few comments saying you should buy flake food and feed a bigger variety. But kind of, here's the answer to your comments. Feed this. This is the only thing you need to feed. It's really good. It's quite expensive. It's £14 a pop, but this will last you at least a year. So you'll never need to buy that. Well, hardly ever need to buy that. You can get the there's Thera A Plus, which is slightly better than the normal one. It's just got a little bit of extra kind of flavour to it, a bit of garlic. So that's £9. But you really want the probiotics one. That's the best one. You won't be able to get much better than that. So you can see that most of the pellets that are on the surface are virtually gone. You see the pulse coral there, it's kind of all fanned out because of the flow. That Duncan might shoot in because the shrimp's kind of coming out. So now now they've fed a little bit. There's still a little bit at the top, and there's nothing else in there that's going to eat it. Well, maybe the shrimp, but not many. So what I put in for the shrimp is these mini algae wafers. I just put one of these in, usually every day, maybe every other day. So you can watch him. So see, it's just one of these tiny little kind of circles. So it's basically like a kind of algae disc. It's got like a little bit of it's kind of algae pretty much. So I put that in. So you see that dropping on the left there. So there it is there. It kind of goes really soft whilst in the water. If we watch the shrimp, that should in a minute really start to come out and grab it, and then he kind of hangs upside down and eats that. And believe it or not, it takes him about an hour to eat that whole wafer. Yeah, it takes him a minute or two for him to smell it, and then he'll come over and get it. Yeah, the crab used to get him, but I said in the last video that I got rid of the crab because he was really annoying. I'm still happy I got rid of him. Is this shrimp going to come out for this algae wafer? I don't think it's because of the camera, because he usually acts like this just before I put the algae wafer in. Maybe he can't smell it yet. He'll be able to sense it in a minute. But the pellets on the top, you can't really see on camera, but there is about 20 or 30 left. If there's any left, I'll just put them down with the float, and they'll eventually get eaten. Eventually, the shrimp might get some. The conch, I don't know. But yeah, they'll get eaten eventually, and I don't really have to worry about nitrates. They're about 4, maybe 3. I was a bit late with my water change. I think I did it on Tuesday instead of Sunday, so I left it a few days after. So I'm guessing they're about 3.5, well, about 3.5, 4. But I kind of want to keep them in between 2 and 5. Really, it's a good mark. So 3.5 right in the middle should be all good. So this is the point where I put on all the flow again. So that's the main 600 that's just turned on, and then I'll switch on the wave machine on fast pulse, well, the fastest pulse. And you can see that there's loads of dots in the water now. That's all the pellets, and you see this fish. This is the greediest fish, the big clownfish, the mist bar. You can see it's got a mist bar in the middle of it. But yeah, he kind of actually I think it's the she, because that's the bigger one. Yeah, but she eats the most. She's really greedy. The damsel, well, he or she probably eats the least. Doesn't really eat that much, but it's certainly the smallest fish in there. Yeah, fish just shot in because I'm moving with the camera. But yeah, that shrimp isn't really coming out for this algae wafer. It's down here next to this green star polyps there. There it is. And then this is what over here I've moved. This cell was over there next to that wave machine. But yeah, it's called a Ring of Fire, that one, kind of orangey blue. These cells are doing alright over here. They've been in there for about, no, actually it was 8 days today they've been in there. and you can see they're fully opened. Actually looks better on camera than it does in the flesh for some reason. And this Australian Duncan coral's doing really, really well. Fed it some brine shrimp yesterday, staying nice and healthy. So yeah, that's my feed. So I think that'll do it for this video. It's quite longer than I expected, 10 minutes. But yeah, really, this is all you need to feed, this probiotic spectrum. There'll be a few links to a few online stores where you can get it, or any local fish shops. They might do it. Well, I think virtually every store that I go to has this food. Yeah, but yeah, really, really recommended, especially that probiotics one. So you'll see me next week. Probably not a new coral, not until the next few weeks yet. So I don't really have a lot of money yet. I'm not really too sure what I've got. So please leave suggestions, any soft corals, you know, because I've been looking, but I'm not really too sure, and kind of keep on going on and off stuff, you know, like tree corals and maybe another LPS. Not 100% sure another LPS yet. Definitely not SPS. Maybe in a long time yet, another year or so, might introduce something. Try a bit of SPS, but yeah, you'll see me in a week with another update. So yeah, bye.
It's a cruel, cruel summer.